Hey there everybody, Professor Cloud here with our next episode of Professor Builds the Satisfactory. The aluminum facility is complete, or at least as complete as I'm going to make it. It is very heavily producing both aluminum casings as well as aluminum sheeting. That sheeting is then being turned into heat sinks, which are then going over to the blender to produce cooling systems. So I think we have everything running now at a really good pace to get us what we need. Unfortunately, we're still going to have to wait for some things to finish in order to move the milestone forward, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that I took so long coming up with a plan for the aluminum. But at least now I have it, and we can duplicate it if necessary because we're now not even using one of the bauxite mines. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump back in. I have already gone and picked up some stuff. We're going to drop some stuff off. We're going to look at where we are from a numbers perspective. Then I'm going to wait for things to produce, and then the next time that you'll see me, we'll get moving forward with clearing up the milestone and moving forward with the Phase 5 components. So let's go ahead and jump back in. All right, so we're here at the hub, and our aluminum casings are going exactly as they need to. They're being delivered via the drone. I have had to go and refill fuel and things like that. I've also been making sure that the computers were working, keeping in mind this is now using summer sloops, so we're producing 5 per minute instead of 2.5. They are all now going into here. We've currently got we've got 300 just sitting in the storage, and we need 1,000 for the pressure conversion cubes. And then we're also producing motors here, 1.875 per minute instead. I mean, I'll be honest, I really wish I had summer sloops in here to speed this up, but I don't. We currently have got 50. We need 150 to clear the milestone, so this is we're going to have to wait for this to complete. And you know what? Maybe what I'll do, actually I think I am going to do that for right now, is I'm going to take these out. And I'm going to put them in here to speed this up a little bit. Now, we have aluminum casings back here that really should go. There's probably some excess. Actually, I know there is. And they should go over to the fused modular frames. I have also put in summer sloops in the fused modular frame blender. So they are now producing twice as many, which means that when we get to producing the pressure conversion cubes, I won't need as many to produce what we need for the nuclear pasta. And then I can use summer sloops to produce the nuclear pasta, and so on and so on and so on. Then in my inventory, I've got a whole bunch of aluminum sheeting here. And if you'll remember, they are part of the recipe for the oscillators. Why do I not have anything in my hand? So let's go down and check on the oscillators. Not that I can remember what their names are. Superposition. Superposition oscillators. Cancel, delete node, there we go. As you can see, I still haven't removed all of those. Now, for superposition oscillators, we need 356, 256 for the AI expansion server, and 100 for the milestone. We have 54 at the moment. They are not using summer sloops, but as you can see, we ran out of aluminum sheeting. And then the reasoning behind that is because we need 9 per, and I didn't have any. So I have some now. Let's put them in here. There we go. So that can get back to work. As soon as we hit 100, that'll be fine. The ones for the AI expansion server we can absolutely wait on. But what I'm trying to do is use summer sloops as much as I possibly can to speed up the production, or really at the end of the day cut in half the production. And I'm going to do that all the way from, and this is primarily for nuclear pasta, all the way from the radio control units, the fused modular frames, then into pressure conversion cubes, and then into nuclear pasta. We're going to try and use half all the way up the chain. So, with that, there isn't really much more that we can do but wait. We definitely need to wait on the pieces for the milestone, because the milestone is what's going to unlock the last component of Phase 5 for us to learn the recipe. And yes, I could look it up on the wiki. Absolutely I could, and start getting prepared. However, that's not what this playthrough has been about. Now, in the next playthrough that I've been talking about, that I've already started the recordings on, yeah, that's a different story. We also we'll have 2 other milestones that we can unlock, and if I want to get the achievement, I will absolutely want to do that. But we're working on this particular milestone, which will unlock the ballistic warp drive, which is the last component in Phase 5. So we can the last thing is we'll be able to unlock blueprints, which require some more of the neural quantum processors, as I can see. I may have to go get 100 supercomputers to make that happen. Oh, wow, and that requires 500 modular frames. Wow, that's great. I gotta do more modular frames. And then peak efficiency, which thankfully doesn't require a whole lot of anything, but unlocks Mark 6. And whatever fixonium and fixonium fuel rods are. Oh, they're used in nuclear power plants. Huh. I'm going to be interested to see what those recipes look like. In any case, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video here. The next time that you see me, you won't have noticed any time go by, but we will have at least gotten to the milestone completion point. I'm actually going to go take this as an opportunity to go and destroy the old aluminum facilities. So I'll see you when I get back. Hey there, everybody. As you can see, we haven't made it back to the hub. I'm not completely done with all of the tasks that I wanted to do before we moved on with the spatial energy regulation milestone. As I was moving around, I realized that I didn't really have... I wanted to put some additional windows on the computer facility, but I didn't have any silica in my inventory. So one of the things that I think I'm going to do here is take this additional output port and just send it over to a dimensional depot here, like so. There we go. So that now we can actually have some silica in a dimensional depot, and we can build windows whenever we want. That should not be in it. Yeah, this is 100% full. So I don't know how much this is going to put. 600 apparently. And I figured, you know what, while we're here, there is this cave back here that I have still never actually explored. I don't know where it goes. I think I know where it goes, but I'm not 100% certain. So I figured, why don't we take a look? There's a pink slug. Okay, so it's a lot of multi-level... Oh, and there's a big boy. Okay, I need to run. Alright, I should have gone in there with guns blazing rather than... I think it followed me. Oh, no. Okay, there's a small one followed me. Yeah, that was a small one. The big ones will do some serious damage, so yeah, I think we'll have to stay away from that area at least until it depends on if I decide to clear it or not. I don't necessarily need to. Actually, you know what? I never did put my object scanner back in. Let's take a quick look. All right, there's no summer sloops nearby. There's a Mercer sphere in there. And there's we already knew there was power slugs in there. So, yeah, well, and there's a power slug actually up there that I've still never gone and gotten. I just don't need it. I don't need it. I mean, I've got 99 in my current inventory, and I've got another 50 back at the hub. So, in any case, I just kind of wanted to walk you all through what I was thinking over here. I am going to head back to the computer facility and, one, grab some more computers. But also, I'm going to go ahead and put some windows in place. I'm also going to go ahead and finish scrapping everything that I've been scrapping. And I will see you when I get back to the hub, and hopefully by that point, we'll be able to clear the milestone. Okay, here we are back at the hub. I did do a little bit of decorating over at the computer facility. We can take a look at it if you want, but all I really did was add some windows on each level and fill in some of the walls that were missing. What we are still waiting on are a few more motors. We've got just 4 more that we need, so basically 1 more run. I'm going to leave all of this up because I have a sneaking suspicion we're going to need turbo motors for the last piece of Phase 5, but we do still need to go and pick up some superposition oscillators. I also want to go drop off some more aluminum casings for the fused modular frames. So let me grab another row of these. You'll notice I've got another storage unit here. I'm going to eventually swap over, but in the meantime, that one is still there. Considering the number of aluminum casings that we need for both radio control units and fused modular frames, all being part of the nuclear pasta recipe, or feeding into the nuclear pasta recipe, I felt it was better to have a industrial storage unit rather than a regular. But let's go check on the superposition oscillators real quick. I did bring some extra aluminum casing or aluminum sheets in case I need to craft some more. We only need 100 for the milestone, but we're going to need another 256 for the AI expansion servers. And of course, that's, you know, the long-term goal is to get to that. Yeah. Oh. Okay. So there's 100. So let me go put these aluminum sheets in. Oh, they need some more dark crystal. That should be fine. There should be some over there. Alright, so let me put these in there. Let's go grab dark crystal. Oh, wow, yes. Beautiful. This is why you keep the dark crystal up and running, because both of... I wonder if I would get hurt flying through there. The dark crystal ends up getting used as part of this one recipe, so... And both of them have a output of dark matter residue, so we just turn that into crystal and immediately use it. So it's a beautiful setup of recursive recipes. Love it. Absolutely love it. Alright, let's go put these aluminum casings in place. Check on see how many used modular frames we have. We only need 500, because remember, we're going to double the output using the summer sloops for 500 pressure conversion cubes. Alright, so we've got 250, 275. Alright, so we'll put those in there. Let them keep going. At some point, I am going to be so happy and gleeful when I can pull 500 fused modular frames and 1,000 radio control units together into one assembler and spin out 1,000 pressure conversion cubes. to then combine that with 100,000 copper powder to create the nuclear pasta, it's going to take forever. It's going to absolutely take forever. And trust me, I'm not going to let you all see it happen. It's going to be one of those things where I'm just going to have to let the game run. I'm going to have to just let the game run. So let's go grab what we need for the turbo motors and the superposition oscillators. And turn in this milestone and see what the final recipe looks like. And the hell that it is going to take to produce such a thing. I'm sitting here running along. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful.
Milestone reached. Instant travel between chosen locations will be possible as soon as the main and satellite portals are built and paired. Do not ask me how it works. Not because I don't understand dimensional dispersal theory and the cross-warp applications of liminal peer-regulated parallel fibrillator nanocells, for example. But because you do not need to know. You go in one end, you come out the other. It's a door. Thankfully, the construction of project part number 12, the ballistic warp drive, can be automated and requires no manual input from you, so I'd say we're relatively safe. If you disagree about my assessment of your capabilities, you are free to attempt a study and replication of either portal or warp technology. After you're done with project assembly.
Okay. So, with all of that, let's take a quick look at what this gave us. Main portal, satellite portal, so that should be under transport, and then singularity cell and the ballistic warp drive. So let's start with singularity. There it is. That is pressure convert, nuclear God, it requires nuclear pasta. Holy crap. Dark matter crystal, iron plates, and concrete? Really? And each one of those the funny thing is it produces 10. Oh, crap. And we're going to need them. Okay, so we're going to need another 200 superposition oscillators. We're going to need a lot of dark matter crystal, which granted will get produced from the superposition oscillators. But we also need 20. We're going to need 1,000 singularity cells and thermal propulsion rockets. Oh, God. Well, the good thing is we've already got automation for cooling systems. We've already got automation for fused modular frames. And we only need 200 of the thermal propulsion rockets. So that... The only thing we don't currently have is we haven't done any automation for modular engines in quite some time. The good thing is I have an entire storage unit of smart plates up on a mountainside. We've already been producing rubber. I've already been producing engines, or motors, I mean. So we'll just have to set that up. We'll have to set all these up to produce the number that we need. So there's definitely some work to be done, no doubt. Some of this is already up and running. That's good. The singularity cells are the things that I'm most concerned about. There's also... Oh yeah, we have another steel screws and petroleum diamonds. Oh, that can't be just petroleum coke. Okay. So no, we definitely don't want that. Let's rescan. Oh, there's an alternate for aluminum scrap. Bauxite, coal, sulfuric acid. No, thank you. And then water. Produces more aluminum scrap, but we don't need more. We actually are finally efficient with our aluminum scrap. Actually, this isn't aluminum scrap, it's instant scrap. And then we've got encased industrial pipes. So same recipe as with encased industrial beams, but using steel pipes instead of steel beams. So we'll just go ahead and select that one. Anyway, I'm not going to use either one. Oh, there was a research item, and it was under alien technology. Yeah, here it is. Alien power matrix requires 50 singularity cells. Something tells me that that's needed as part of the alien power augmenter, but I'm not 100% certain of that. And I don't have an extra summer sloop to test the theory. Because I really would like to... Oops. Under power, we've got the alien power augmenter. I'd really like to build one. So it generates power based on the total amount of power on the attached power grid. So we just connect it to any one of our power towers, anywhere. And then it adds power to our power grid. The only thing it doesn't specify is whether or not it has an input or an output. I mean, we could find out and test it. I'd have to get some SAM fluctuators, which I should have a storage unit full of, I think. But it also requires 10 summer sloops to produce, to actually build. And I'm using the summer sloops, so I really can't. And I don't have enough extra to make it happen. By the way, I've torn down the 2 old aluminum facilities, and it doesn't look like I'm going to need to duplicate the new one. But I tore them both down, and I still had a crap ton of extra aluminum scrap, so I've got all of that running into an awesome sink over there. So it's not all completely torn down, but it's getting close. Okay, so what we can do... Obviously, we need modular engines to continue producing. But we also need to eventually produce the pressure conversion cubes for nuclear pasta. And we're going to need a total... Actually, real quickly, before we even look at that... Okay, here's our new items. The main portal enables Pioneer teleportation between 2 link portals. Each portal can only have a single link. A link can only be made between a main and satellite. Singularity cells need to be supplied to the main portal and will be consumed to establish and maintain the portal link. Wow, that sucks. And a massive power draw will occur during startup and usage. Well, that's disappointing. And then look at all of the words. Power draw on use increases with travel distance. Link startup will take time. Letting the connection expire is not recommended. Failure to deliver sufficient singularity cells will cause the link to expire. Fixit does not condone the use. All kinds of really bad words. Okay. Well, that's disappointing. That's very, very disappointing. It really is. Okay, let me choose... We'll choose peak efficiency, because I think this is one that we can probably get fairly easily. The 250 time crystals, I'm pretty sure I already have. Same thing. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and go grab those real quick. I'm not allowed to select it, though, am I? No, I'm not. Okay. So I think what I want to do is start putting together the necessary final numbers that are going to be needed, because there's obviously some shared... By the way, okay, so that's full, that's full, that one is still not. Okay, so we've got 40,000 here. Actually, I think it's 48,000. We've got at least 48,000 down there. So we're pretty much where we need for nuclear pasta. Well, we were until we got told we need more. 200. Okay, so there's our 250 of Fixit Trigons. Time crystals should be up here. Yep. 200. Alright, so there's those. I think the first thing that we should do is figure out the modular engine number so that we can get that producing. I am going to have to probably go and grab some... Actually, I know I'm going to have to go and grab some rubber because I don't have enough to keep turbo motors producing as well as what we'll need for modular engines. Okay, so peak efficiency, select. Alright, so we'll go ahead and do that. And then we'll go ahead and do that. So this is one of those ones where I'm just going to have to keep pulling from over time. And eventually I'll fill it. We also need, what is it, 5,000 aluminum sheeting. That one's going to be a little bit tougher, but I wonder... I should have an iron plate storage unit that I can just go and grab a huge number from. That's iron bars, or iron rods. That's iron rods. That's iron plates. Do I not have a storage unit of iron plates? Huh. Why are these turned off? Oh, that's lovely. Oh, they don't have any place to go. That's why. Yeah, okay, here we go. Oh, and this was just sitting here. That's screws. Oh, there's iron. Okay, there's iron plates. I knew that they had to be somewhere. Alright, and then the smart plates that I have are right up there. So we'll have to bring them down at some point, but one thing at a time. Alright, I have no idea how many iron plates are in my inventory right now, but alright, so we put in 5,400. I can probably go ahead and go grab from that industrial one pretty easily and go ahead and finish this off. And then you'll notice I have 40 modular engines. We just need to figure out what the numbers are that we need for everything. The AI expansion server is taken care of. If we pull that up real quick, it was basically a 1-to-1 for neural quantum processors, a 1-to-1 for superposition oscillators. We've got those. I have the 256 magnetic field generators that are in the storage unit that's connected to the turbo engine. So we have everything that we need for the AI expansion servers. That's also going to produce dark matter residue for dark matter crystal that we'll need for the other recipes that we talked about. Because we're then going to need an additional set of superposition oscillators to get to whatever this... What was this thing called? This is where I get stuck all the time. Ballistic warp drive. They give me these new recipes and then I don't know what they are. Or, I don't remember what they're called. Yeah, so unfortunately, I was really looking for... The whole reason I chose the milestone, one was for the ballistic warp drive, but I wanted the faster transport. Yeah, it doesn't look like I'm getting it. Well, I had to do it because of the ballistic warp drive, but, yeah. Anyway, alright. Let's figure out modular engine production. So modular engine production is going to require... two motors, 15, and then smart plates, and we need modular... Okay, so they get used in the thermal propulsion rockets. We need 5 each to create 2 thermal propulsion rockets. Alright, so we need 200 thermal propulsion rockets, which means we're going to need 500 modular engines. We need 500 modular engines, which means we need 1,000 motors and 1,000 smart plates and 15,000, or no, 7,500 rubber. So I think I'm just going to extend this. And build another manufacturer right here. Okay. Alright, and then let's go get... Okay, so this has stopped. It can't produce any more turbo motors, and I need to run the numbers anyway. This is going to be modular engines, so let me go ahead... Actually, you know what? I need to do this. I should have done this to begin with. Alright, so this is going to be turbo engines. That's going to be modular engines. Alright, where did I put the modular engines? Right there. Okay, so they'll go in there. In the meantime, this is collecting. That's rubber. Radio control units. That's motors. This needs to be cooling systems. Which I had found that there was a problem with the cooling system production, which I've since fixed. This is then radio control units, and we've now got 400. We need 1,000 for the pressure conversion cubes. We then need... Actually, hold on a minute. Let's do it this way. And then we need more for the turbo motors. We need 200 thermal propulsion rockets. Therefore, we need 200 more turbo motors, which means we need another 400 radio control units. So 1,400 radio control units is what we need total. So this continuing to run is an absolute requirement. I'm going to have to make sure that I go get more computers. All right, that's still full. That is still going through. Okay, good. That's all looking good. I should have put this all on flooring. And I will. Okay, so this is going to be modular engines. So we're going to need... I'm going to put the smart plates in here, and then... I don't like that that's encroaching, but at this point... And then this will be the rubber. Yeah. Let's go grab that smart plate. Yeah, let me do that first. Okay. Wonder why I never closed that off. Yeah, don't know why I didn't do that. Or the front, for that matter. Okay. Now, this doesn't have any power at the moment, but we've got the motors, we've got smart plate. Well, let's see here, let me put... Oh, I didn't grab any more motors. I thought I had. That's right, I was leaving room for as many of the smart plates as I could get. I wasn't sure how much space I had. I guess we can go ahead and do that. Okay. Alright, so that's modular engine. What I really should do is fix this, and I'm going to, because I need to go get a whole bunch of rubber anyway. Alright. What is this thing doing? Cooling systems, radio control units, motors. So there's the motors. Radio control units. Okay, and then from here we need to go into there. And then cooling systems. And then this one is going to be the industrial one. Yeah, okay. Oops. So that's going to be cooling systems. This one will then be rubber. And then I need rubber in there too. So I'm going to need a crap ton of rubber. And I'm going to have to bring it back and forth. It's either that or I set up a second drone port just for rubber transport. Okay, so that's the modular engine production, which I'm not even going to worry about powering on yet because I am not there. I'm trying to think of what I want to do next. Oh, that's right, the ladder's all the way in the back. I think it is. There it is. I got 5,400, which means I need 46. 2, 4, 6. This is 16. This will be 32. 4, 6, 8, 4, 2, 4, 6. There we go. Excellent. There's all the iron plates that I need. Oh, that milestone will be done. Or that piece of the milestone will be done. Excellent. Okay. I need to make a trip and do some gathering and moving of things over at the aluminum facility. I also need to write down some numbers. So, because at this particular point, I'm not sure how many of each thing I need, because I don't remember now. I think I need 200 turbo motors to get to the thermal. Actually, you know what? Let's just do this. I don't know why I'm. So I need 200 thermal propulsion. Actually, hold on a minute. Let's even. I need 2 to 2. So however many thermal propulsion rockets I need is how many turbo motors I need. And I need 200 of... Okay, so I need 200 more turbo motors. I need a lot more cooling systems. Because I need cooling systems to create turbo motors and cooling systems to create the thermal propulsion rockets. So what will end up happening is this guy creating turbo motors will continue until I hit 200. Then I'm going to change this one over to thermal propulsion rockets and take the modular engines, the turbo motors, modular fused modular frames, and more cooling systems, which will already be there in storage, to produce the thermal propulsion rockets. So yeah, I need to go get a crap ton of whatever this is, rubber. And in fact, one of the things I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a storage unit here, and I'm going to put all my stuff in it. Store all except that. Why do I have turbo? Oh, I forgot to put the turbo motors back. Alright, let me go... For some reason I have the magnetic field generators. Mostly because I can't put them in to start crafting the AI expansion servers yet, is my problem. I was really trying to slide under there, and I could not remember for the life of me. Alright, so, nope, that's not what I want. I want to make sure I have these in case I need them. Alright, that'll have to do. Okay, I am going to go and grab some rubber and bring it back so that we can get another 200 turbo motors crafted. Well, actually, it's a 166 to be exact. As well as to start getting modular engines producing. And then I'm going to need to start producing more stators and figure out the best place to do it. I think the best place to do it is over at the computer facility. But let me go run over to grab more rubber. I'll grab any cooling systems that are available as well. And then I will be right back, and we'll probably go ahead and wrap up the episode before moving. I fully expect that we're going to start the production of AI expansion servers in the next episode. Actually, you know what? Let me grab these magnetic field generators. Because we were already close to having enough superposition oscillators when we went and picked up the 100 for the last milestone. I do want to check on something really quickly. Okay, let me... Oh, I already put it away. I knew I had one extra. Whee! $256. There it is. There's the exact number that we need. Okay, so let me take all of this. We're going to change this recipe. By the way, the reason why we hit exactly 256 is because I knew that I had only given it 256 crystal oscillators in order to make sure that we hit the right number. So we're going to now change over to AI expansion servers, which, by the way, is going to produce us even more dark crystals. Matter of fact, at 100 per minute, we can probably increase... Yeah. Oh, 150 per minute. Okay, never mind. Alright, so we need to clear out these storage units. Take all... This one's fine. Nope, 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 nope. I hadn't cleared out the dark crystal yet. Okay. What? Okay. Magnetic field generators. Superposition oscillators. Neural quantum processors. There we go. We are now working on the second component in Phase 5. All right. This is a beautiful, beautiful thing. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, let me put the dark matter crystals in here so that they're collecting. We have aluminum sheeting. That can go there. Which we only need, I think, now for either the cooling systems or for the milestone. So I think I may go drop a couple of hundred into the hub for the milestone. How many do I have on me? 400? 443? Yeah, let me just leave them on me for now. Alright, I am going to go grab some rubber and cooling systems, and I will be back. And we'll kick off the production lines that we need for the rocket. Sorry, ballistic warp drive. Ballistic warp drive. We still have to figure out how we're going to produce singularity cells. Singularity cells are produced in a manufacturer? Really? That seems weird. Oh, I am going to need aluminum sheeting for the superposition oscillators. I'm going to need another 400 superposition oscillators. That's right. Okay, in any case, I'm going to go grab some rubber. I will be right back, and I'll see you when I do. Okay, I am back at the hub. Unfortunately, I do not have enough rubber. I thought I had been collecting it as well as putting it into a dimensional depot, but unfortunately that's not the case. So I don't have nearly as much as I was hoping for. I did grab some more cooling systems, so they will go in here. That'll get some more turbo motors producing, and I think I have summer... No, I do have the summer sloops on them. And then I have summer sloops. I took the summer sloops off of the radio control units so that I would get summer sloops on turbo motors, trying to get that done faster. Okay, it looks like this is done now, so we can get rid of you. Oops, and you. And then we will move you into there. And then I've got more computers. I also went ahead and picked up a bunch of aluminum sheeting. Alright, so we'll do that for now. Alright, there's 3,000. Yeah, there's 3,000. And then I can take the rest of this back. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. And that I'm just going to get rid of. There's no reason to keep around 1. Okay. So this is where I think I'm going to wrap up the episode. We've got some turbo motors producing. I need to write down the exact numbers that we need for each thing so that we can hit those numbers and make sure that the production is moving smooth. The one thing, though, that I did think about, as soon as we're done with the AI expansion servers, I don't think that there's going to be a need anymore for diamonds and time crystals. Actually, and I just used time crystals in this milestone. Let's check on the one other milestone that's left. Okay, so I'm going to need another 250, but I've got more than that already. The fix-it trigons are fine. We'll have to create 100 neural quantum processors. But that we can also create pretty easily with another 500 times. Yeah, we will not need to craft any more time crystals. So therefore, we can remove the... I don't remember the name of the things anymore. The converter and the particle accelerator that are doing the diamonds and the time crystals. That'll remove power draw. The particle accelerator we can move over to here to feed the nuclear pasta while we're continuing to finish up what we need for the thermal propulsion rockets leading into the ballistic warp drive. That's what they're called. So yeah, we can do all of that in the next episode while and by then the AI expansion servers should be complete. So we're getting closer and closer to having this all wrapped up. I don't know how many episodes it's going to be, but it's not going to be that many. Hopefully you'll stick with me. I've already got a new series of Satisfactory planned. It's going to be moving over to another channel. I'll make sure to announce all of that at the right time. But if you've been enjoying the content, please make sure to hit that like, subscribe, or comment button. And hopefully I'll see you in the next episode. Talk to you soon.